So why is it, do you think, that most relationships fail?
I think they fail because people stop paying attention and people stop being grateful. I think the best way to look at why things end is to look at how they started. And when a relationship starts, there's this tremendous period of like paying attention to each other and trying to impress each other with how much you're paying attention and how much you care about each other and how much you're noticing the other person. And there's also a tremendous sense of like overlooking the flaws of someone, right? Or even finding them charming. When somebody has like a snort to their laugh, it's like, oh, she's so cute. She has a little snort to her laugh. Whereas, you're together for a bunch of years and it's like, what is this snort? What was that? So you start to really, and I don't understand really why we do that in romantic relationships, because we don't do it in other kinds of relationships. When you've had your kid for 5 years, you don't go like, oh, this freaking kid, like I gotta get a new one, or you don't have like a dog. Like anybody who's a dog owner, like if you have your dog for 10 years, you're not like, oh, I've had this dog, I gotta get a puppy, man. They're so much cuter and fuzzier. Like you go, oh my God, it's my dog. Like I've had it for 10 years, I love that dog. Relationships were very quick to just stop being grateful for the value the person brings to our life. We're very quick to stop noticing that they're even there and that they're what they're there for. And then we stop being kind to each other. We stop being attentive to each other. And I think relationships are all about little things. I think it's all about little courtesies and little compliments and little ways of, like if you talk to most people about their love life, they will remember giant things, like when we went on this vacation or when we had this candlelit dinner on the beach, these dramatic gestures, because those are super interesting stories. But really, love is like little day-to-day things. It's just like finance. Finance is not, is there the person that bought this crypto at this price and then suddenly they're a billionaire? Sure, but that's the exception, not the rule. Most of the time, it's just a grind and a grind and a grind.
Right.
And the first million's the hardest. And then once you got that, if you're smart about it and disciplined as an investor, you're gonna be fine. You do really well. Mm-hmm. But it's not sexy. It's not sexy. Like, everybody wants like the crypto billionaire story, but they don't want to hear that. Like, oh yeah, municipal bonds might make sense for you for a certain percentage of your portfolio from a tax place. Like, nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear the like, yeah, this stock was 10 cents and now it's $50. So I think it's the same thing with relationships. Like those little boring pieces of advice I could give you. Tell your partner how much you value them. Tell them how beautiful they are to you. Tell them, what things you're thankful for in them. Why not? Like, what does that cost?
Yeah. Do you think this is just romantic relationships or also friendships?
It's all relationships. I think it's human
Any
relationships.
relationship.
These are human relationships. I think there's different things you convey to a romantic partner. It should be easier with a romantic partner, because a romantic partner, there's so many other spheres of connection. Like a spouse is your roommate, maybe your co-parent or your pet co-parent. They're your travel companion, they're your sleeping companion. So that's a much larger field of things to feel like they're getting wrong, but it's also a much larger field of things to be grateful for, deeply grateful for, and to express that gratitude for. And I do genuinely, look, there are people that are not meant to be together. I've been a divorce lawyer for 23 years and I'm divorced myself. I believe in divorce. I think there are people that with good intentions and good faith tried to make it work and they realize, you know what? We are not bringing out the best in each other. And there might be someone else who would be able to do that for us.